which I don't know what that means, by the way. Hippomaniacs, they have the Czech purity, right? With the exception of Saberlight that went away, these teams also stayed together for quite a long time. And they have gone through a massive improvement as a team, showcasing that Czech Dota exists, and they put themselves literally on the map. And these open qualifiers, one of the chances they get to showcase themselves further. This is the new blood that people keep talking about, Hippomaniacs. Let's see what the games are about to show us. Ascomanni with a Kunkka, Shadow Demon, Rubik, and now a Bloodseeker. A classic. To pick a weird pick, you have to. You're playing Danish Bears, there has to be a bit of a weird pick. Is it a Bloodseeker in the carry position? So it seems. Ace's Bloodseeker. It's been a long time since I see this hero. With Hippomaniacs going for something much more consistent. Gyrocopter on Boom with the Ogre Magi in Grimstroke. Now opening up, seeing what they pick up. Doom cannot be picked up here, unfortunately. The Lina, though, does look like a really good pickup against the Kunkka. But, of course, he also has the option of the OD, which, even though he's not the best combination with the Grimstroke, he's absolutely fantastic at dominating the Kunkka. He's not too bothered by this Bloodseeker, being able to evade that silence easily. Sorry for the pauses, by the way, before this... Before this game started, there was an issue with Ascomanni's team not being the properly... whatever. It's just technical issues, but we're here. We're right. Hippomaniacs with the 4th pick. What will they run? Again, the OD comes to mind. Lena as well, if you want to pick something that combines with Grimstroke. Of course, you could go for the Doom, but I'm just not the biggest fan of the Doom. I think Sanking is much better if you're going to go up against a Bloodseeker. Alright. I know my Hippos. I know my Czechs. Great beer, great Dota. That's the name of the country. No, sorry, that's one of the insignia parts of the country. Cheap prices as well for a European country, so yeah, quite nice. I recommend anyone who hasn't. Czech Republic, beautiful, beautiful place. I've never visited, but I'm just quoting what people tell me because I'm too poor to visit. Sanking, I'm a caster after all, has the pick here. Pretty great against Bloodseeker. Yes, the Blood Ride can kind of annoy you, but you still can just stand your own in the Sandstorm. A silence doesn't stop the Sandstorm. Your Caustic Finale can be brutal against a Bloodseeker trying to heal. He has to play a bit more defensively just against a Sanking. And the off chance that the Caustic Finale finishes you off. The Sanking with Grimstroke is a really good combo. More consistent, I would say, than Doom Grimstroke, just because Doom is garbage, but Sanking is not. And the Double Burrow Strike is just easier to use. It's just easier to use. When you have an ultimate like Laguna Blade or Doom with a Grimstroke, it's like, right, let's get double Laguna, let's get the perfect combination. Here though, Grimstroke can just use his ultimate kind of freely and then Sanking immediately to stop him. Okay, ban of the Huskar, go for the Ember. It's Baby Knights. I mean, I just presumed that Kunkka was going to go mid, to be perfectly honest. So, I guess with Ember, they know. But Baby Knight can still play. You pick up an offlaner here. I haven't seen Hesta Joy play in a long time, though. I will say. I don't know about maybe a Legion. Okay, it's a Gyrocopter. I don't know, I think the offlane pool is actually a bit worse. Maybe that's why you want to run the Kunkka offlane against Gyro. Okay, matchup, and you're up against an Ember. You have the option of a Puck for Baby Knight. Yeah. Certainly. Don't mind the Puck too much here, in general. Lane the Kunkka with Shadow Demon, lane the Rubik with the Bloodseeker. Okay. Go for an easier pickup in the OD for Baby. Yeah, I think a lot of teams are starting to see, you know, that the Kunkka is just a bad matchup against the Ember. Flame Guard is really brutal against you, and if you know the matchup, it's just easy to evade the Typebringer hits. We've seen this a couple times. Kunkka does eventually get the upper hand in last hits, but the denies are a bit tough on the hero. I don't know which draft I like more. I'm interested in seeing how this Bloodseeker works out for Ace. Relatively novel pick. Not sure, honestly. Hippomaniacs is a really solid draft with the Grimstroke Sanking. I find a very consistent combo. You have a Gyrocopter for the late game, Ember Spirit to guarantee a mid lane, a bit of a ladder lineup where you just kind of reach further and further. Until Gyrocopter gets online. Whereas Ascomanni have very similar power peaks Around level 6 with Kunkka, which will be a bit delayed. Should be the first item on OD and first item on Bloodseeker, unless he goes for the Radiance build. And then once that power peak hits, you are ready to rumble. And Hippomaniacs, there's nothing they can do once Bloodseeker, OD, and Kunkka are online, really. The draft just doesn't allow you. Ember Spirit might be a bit of a issue, but you have a lot of ways to set up the Blood Right, and as long as you get the silence off, it's perfect. You just need to time it exactly. It's a bit tough to do, to be honest. But I'm assuming they've practiced this combo before. They have 2 setups for the Blood Right. It cannot be coincidence. They also have the Torrent together with the OD setup and the Shadow Demon setup, so that's another way to stop the Ember. Ascomanni means Vikings. Thank you so much. Right. See, there's some useful chatters. Other chatters who were just claiming video games. What does that even mean, man? Jesus Christ. Really appreciate it. That's actually something I did not know. So Ascomanni means Vikings, I'm assuming in Danish. That's fantastic, man. Oh, I'm so happy I decided to put the Danish flag on their, like, as their logo, as opposed to the generic, oh, team has no logo. Danish flag is the way to go, man. These guys. A lot of Neuer fans in the chat, I bet. I will say I do pardon whatever bias I may have for this team. Following them for a long time. But I love Hippomaniacs too, man. These stories, there's just anyone that loves Dota likes the, at least for me, it is the emerging teams, you know? The guys that just, they play well together and they have potential to just maybe cannot quite reach it. Just need that one break. You know, Ace already got it. Unfortunately, Ace went down, and I guess from Secret to NIP, now down to Ascomanni. But hey, man, maybe this is the team. The thing that I personally believe when it comes to the tier 2 scene, you know, it's very nice to get new blood, and it's nice when Secret picks up a new person, like, oh my god, I've never seen this guy before. This is fantastic. This is a whole new way of looking at Dota. Yes, of course, it's great. You love seeing new blood. But at the same time, I like seeing new teams that not necessarily show, oh, this is the best player in the world, but this new team has discovered a different way to play Dota. And for a long time, to me, that was Danish Bears. And the last EU qualifiers, that was Hippomaniacs. When a team has to stay together for this long, they push through. At Finnem was like that for a while too. Maybe they're not the best teams. Maybe they don't straight up make it into tier 1. But they have fun. They can take games off tier 1 teams. That's what it means to have a healthy tier 1.5 scene. Sometimes diversity doesn't mean you can get another tier 1 team. It doesn't mean Ad Finnem will now win TI or these guys will. But that you have worthy contenders for when you go past the first 8 teams. And they have the potential. It's just a matter of practice. The latest one of these people is Hamburguesa. And it shows, like, maybe the tier 2 scene in Europe is tough, but those are those that are just risking it and keep on trying. Those are the true warriors of Dota, man. Those are the guys that literally keep the scene alive. And of course, casters like me, because without us casting them, who would watch them? So, you know, follow me on Twitter. Nah. Kidding. Don't follow me. Not the right. I'm not gonna sell myself out on a joke like that. Alright. Start with the bounty runes. I'm so curious as to how this Ace Bloodseeker goes. This used to be a bit of a cheese pick they used to run. Back when Lycan wasn't even played, Ace used to go with... It was either the Arc Warden, the Lycan, the Meepo, and then occasionally he would cheese you with the Bloodseeker. And I say cheese, it's just Bloodseeker's more the hero that you win lane almost always, and then you just kind of snowball from there. And Ace understands this. He's a pretty good hybrid, I would say, carry player, as opposed to some other carry players that, you know, a lot of carry players, especially the top nowadays, look either I'm either farming or I'm fighting, right? Whereas Ace fits a nice hybrid that allows him to play these heroes like Bloodseeker, like Lycan, a bit more effectively. Notice he has not gone for a single point on anything yet. Going for the Blood right first. The target seems to be Muff. They actually could have killed him. They chased him after, but they decided not to. Ace doesn't want to lose too many last hits. Unfortunately, Ace acknowledges that since he has no Blood Rage, there's no way for him to heal. He didn't go for too many healing items though. No salve or anything. A top line, let's see. I don't find the Gyrocopter versus Kunkka matchup to be that bad for the Kunkka. Usually Gyro dominates melee matches, but Kunkka can play around the creep wave nicely. The Typebringer deals a fair amount of damage. He has a good armor to survive the flat cannon damage, and good HP to survive the magical damage Gyrocopter puts out. So it's not too much of a concern. The only lane that I would say... I don't think there's any lane that's particularly in favor of either team, to be honest. Maybe... Yeah, Sanking seems pretty good, but as a Bloodseeker, this is the matchup you practice the most versus Sanking. Especially if you play carry, so you're ready for this. Look, double sentries immediately dropped. They try to kill Curry. Hey, still, he has the extra attack speed now, and Curry, you're in trouble, buddy. One more stack is all they need. They got him. First blood for Master Risk. Showcasing, hey, Rise may not be here, but I will take up the flag. I will honor Denmark as they deserve. It's a kingdom, by the way. You know, so much Danish national pride here. These guys, if these guys make it to TI, I hope they get invited to like some sort of presidential dinner or something like that. I think it'd be really cool. Just saying, you know, if it happens in Finland, why not Denmark? Both very progressive countries. There's the Joy. Alright, there's the Torrent. Oh, and Senny. You never expect this, actually. You think, oh, torrenting me? Wait, no, has the Joy is playing with your mind. You never know where that Torrent's gonna land. He's doing quite fine right now. 13 last hits to the Gyrocopter's 9. Of course, he's last hitting under tower. Down bottom, they kill Muff yet again, but in trouble is the Bloodseeker. Ace needs to run away. Still no point in Blood Rage. Now he gets it. Starts to get back all that HP lost as in the top lane. No. Attacking the tower, but they're close to the tower, but they're actually playing hard. I don't know if he did this on purpose, but he went for the point in Blood Rage as soon as the Sanking had no more mana. It's interesting. Now he's trying to heal back up with his creeps. Oh, all stolen. Actually, no, Ace is trying to pull. Interesting. That was a really good idea to pull, but Muff stopped the pull. Good job there. Yeah, middle lane, Baby Knight starts to get the advantage. Early game, you have the advantage with the Quelling Blade and Melee Hero, but as the game progresses, it's just an OD lane, clearly. It's been a while since I've seen I play Dota competitively, actually. It's true. Never thought of that. They did replace him for a while. They were playing, I know, with... they played with him when they were Danish Bears, and before they kind of started separating with Slash Strike for a while. Then they started with... I think it was Kaiser as well, the Greek player. When they're trying out new mids as opposed to Baby Knight. But nothing really worked out like Baby Knight. This just really understood them. I gotta say, sometimes when I see these teams that are completely from one nationality, I do question if one of the reasons why their coordination tends to seem better, at least to me. Like, for example, teams like Hamburguesa, British Pro, for example, Danish Bears. I do wonder if there's less of a language barrier. Master Risk here. He gets away. Not because you can't speak English properly. I mean, these guys are Danish after all. They speak perfect English, right? Because you're just more comfortable in your mother tongue. And that leads to better coordination. That could be. You understand mannerisms and your own culture a bit more. That could also happen. Senny. Bring it back to the torrent. Senny was not expecting this. But I don't think they have the damage. They have one more Tidebringer hit. They do get it. Senny, for now surviving. They have vision over him. They're chasing after him. And they do get him in the end. Noya taking advantage of the last bits of this ward. Also the Bloodseeker helping out there. As they also destroy Muff in the bottom lane. Guys, respect Ascomanni. You will be run over if not. These guys, one of the best strengths they have as well in Tier 2 is their drafting power. They are a good team at drafting. Usually one of the biggest weaknesses of a lot of Tier 2 teams is exactly that draft, but Ascomanni or Danish Bears or Imperial, or whatever you want to call them, never had that issue. Pretty consistent drafters, honestly. Oh yeah, Cloud9 too. Team Life, man, yes. Yeah. Got to see so many fans in the chat, alright. Curry, silenced up. There we go. Master Risk could be in trouble as Curry does catch him. There's the Inks already. That's going to stun both. No, just Master Risk. They separate properly so Ace can survive this potential engagement. Oh, don't let him heal. That is actually pretty good glyph just to cancel Ace's healing. Wow. People are getting more and more creative with the glyphs every day. Sometimes I watch these teams and I just wish that nobody would have to lose because they're both it's just fun, man. AB Knight rotating in early, level 6 equilibrium's ready, so the slow's gonna come out. Muff, how are you getting away? You're not. Oh, maybe he is. The Inkswell stopping him. Last bit of damage. They don't have it. The Shadow Ward though, yes. Shadow Poison, sorry, is gonna be enough to kill him off. Close though, close. Baby Knight goes back to the mid lane where Supreme has now been recovering in terms of farm. Not bad. Now, Worth, we see that Baby Knight is slightly beating him. Not too much, no, not too considerable. Honestly, for being a mid OD versus Ember, this Ember's doing quite fine. He went for a Flame Guard build, which partially is decent against the OD, but also partially allows you to recover in the jungle later. A big point to be made here. Curry. Okay, versus Ace. Did they slow him down? Ace could be in trouble here. They do hurt him pretty hard, but Ace can still fight. Look at that last right. The blood right hits the Sand King. All they need is the last bit of Shadow Poison. Curry is gone. In the top lane, they even catch Boom. We catch the last bits of this fight. He can't even... It doesn't show me. Boom died, but doesn't show me. Alright, well. He's gone. Now? No, it's just debating me. It's just showing me again. That's why I don't show fight Rika. But Heads of Joy working well against them. 2k in the lead, 7-1. I mean, this is the ideal lineup for them. The thing is, of course, Hippomaniacs was not planning to win this early game to begin with. That's not what their draft is showcasing, right? You need to let the Ember get online so that the Sand King with a Veil of Discord is still, you're still not at the point where you're ready to start taking engagements. Whereas the early game by Asco is very, very good. Maybe not. Okay, Supreme, I don't know if this is what you want to fight. Yeah, he has to use the Spirit just to get away. He took a fair amount of damage, lost 6 intelligence. I guess it's only level 1 Arcane Orb. Level 2 really starts to mount up the damage and intelligence steal. Here, though, objective is Bloodseeker. Oh, no, it's actually Master Risk. He's alone. He was forced to do Disruption. He's gone. Ace keeps on farming, though. It's just support. But this could lead to a very good rotation. Hippomaniacs putting some pressure in the bottom lane. I don't know what they're deciding to go for just yet. They have the kill potential, but when they rotate like this, unfortunately, they give a lot of space to these important cores. Double Bracer already on Heads of Joy as a Baby Knight here in the mid lane. Watch Supreme. Curry is gonna get hit by the Blood Right. He might just go down, but not before he gets that kill against Ace. And now Noya alone. They have to get the kill on Curry. The supports are gonna manage to do so, but Noya's being chased by 2. Here's the Ogre Magi, starts clubbing him away. He does the Fate Bolt to do some damage, and Master Risk gives him a lot of space. He's going for Muff. You think he can. Muff, 3 stacks of Shadow Poison, not enough. And here comes the Fire Blast plus Stroke of Fate combination. As Baby Knight sets up for another initiation. The target's Sandy. Boom comes in. Hit with a hammer. Brings it down. Baby Knight. Boom is almost killed off. But for now, Baby Knight is also in trouble. As a Stroke of Fate snipes him away. Noya does steal a Flame Guard, but it's not enough damage to finish off anyone in Hippomaniacs. And there, the OD was hoping to at least get a kill on Boom, but instead he sacrificed his life for just a kill on the Ogre. Not ideal. Hits it. Oh. I don't know what that was. I think he thought he got the X mark the spot. He did not. Heste Joy, not Hetze, sorry. Heste Joy, Rotten. This man, by the way, this is the caster killer name. this guy, man. Was any mispronunciation, by the way, guys, as I am not a native Danish speaker, or English speaker for that matter. I would appreciate, well, just correct me. I'm happy to not butcher these guys' names. Net worth now, as we see, Baby Knight leading those charts. Ace did fall behind a bit though, but at least he's in front of the gyrocopter. There we go, Supreme. Going for Baby Knight. They do get the Inkswell off. Now with the combination, double Fire Blast, not bad. They're going for the more important target, Baby Knight. He gets himself the Astral Prism. That's a lot of damage from the Torrent. The Astral will hit now. And look at that! Rubik did a fantastic steal of the Soulbind with a double Fate Bolt. They guarantee the kill. Muff, where are you going, buddy? Come here and play. We have games for days. They give the kill to Heste Joy. And that is going to be yet another nice little triple kill for Asco. Baby Knight not going to go down here that easily. Honestly, staying there for the Astral Imprisonment, tough. That is a lot of damage. You cannot underestimate the amount of damage the Astral Imprisonment does, or has in the early game. Here they go. Blood right. Not gonna hit Senny. Bit mistimed. There is a rupture onto Curry. Try burst striking, come on. Oh, they're setting up for this. They get the Torn plus the silence. He can't burst strike any longer. And Curry, you have just been turned into a dead tank. Going for a British joke, but I realized nope. Drums here in Supreme as the first item, just to allow him to have a bit more impact early. But it does seem like Ace is recovering nicely, and Asco is not going to let off the steam, not going to let off the pressure. They continue to rotate for now, taking advantage of this Kunkka's peak, and Heste Joy has done so much in the early game, going for a pipe now. Allow him to withstand a lot of the damage. In fact, pipe is one of the worst, or best items rather, against a Sand King and a Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter early, he relies so much on that magical damage to be able to just be impactful in team fights. You take away the magic damage, Gyrocopter is useless. And pipe is one of the best items at cancelling that rocket barrage in general. Curry, okay, stop him right there. Master risk. He can get away, perhaps. Yes, they don't get the stun off in time. Senny thinks about it twice. For now, though, Asco is just giving this time to Ace to farm. And with a Blade Mail build, it's a mid-game Bloodseeker entirely. Taking advantage of the early game peaks the rest of them got. Heste Joy, the target, though. Has to use Ghost Ship. There we go. Captain Coco's run onto him. He will get at least one stun. And he's a straight up TP. There's no more stuns for him. Heste uses the buff from the Admiral's Rum. Sorry, I think Captain Coco is from Dota 1. I'm not sure. I keep calling it that. But he does get that buff, which is the damage, and he's able to just TP away. No problem. Now, guys, Link went to League, by the way. The brother of... Yes, Link went to League. He's played in some sort of like a pretty decent tier 2, I think, League team or something. Or at least he was for a while. I don't know where he is now, but he was for a while. That's why he stopped playing Dota. He literally went to League. Not because he just won more in League, you know. Tier 2 Dota, Tier 1 League. That's how it works. Heste Joy with the smoke. X marks the spot, level 3. Just barely enough. They will for now stop the Shadow Demon here. The TP is coming in. They want to fight this. 5 heroes versus 3. And they want the most important target. It's Curry. Hit him with the X. Curry, where are you going to go? He has to burst like himself. He's saving it for when he gets X marks back. But unfortunately, he just cannot survive this onslaught. Baby Knight with a 4-staff already. Starting to fight. Interesting. Ring of Basilius early enough. I guess a lot of attack speed, so yeah. Makes sense. It's time to go for the towers down bottom. Perhaps. The pushing power is perhaps the one thing that these guys are lacking. They're going to go up top, though, and kill the Gyrocopter. Whether they steal the homing missile, it's not a bad steal. Who might just die to it. He has used the call down, but he does nothing. As the homing missile actually gets the stun off onto the Ember. I don't think they realized this. They gave Ember a chance to escape with the disruption. But at least Thorin to bring down Muff. Heste in trouble. Now 2 onto him. They have the Berserk ready. Now with a Fire Blast, they're controlling him too well. This time, Heste, you're not able to TP in the face of danger. Sleight of Fist does cut him down. However, during this time, Ace does manage to push a tower together with Baby Knight. They are recovering somewhat, so the space has been created here by Heste. He is just an offlaner, technically. And he hasn't lost too much gold either. Okay, this is actually brutal. Beam. Oh, he'll have to run away. Remember that Rupture is lethal now. He's forced to TP immediately. He actually wants to fight this further, but Ace activates the Blade Mail. You can't keep on fighting him right now. What did they just steal? The Stroke of Fate. Looking for the Noya Snipe. There's zero charge up on that. Senni will be the one to die here, but Stroke of Fate's actually a fantastic spell to steal. Like I said, there's literally no charge time, and it's a massive range. Ace just healed back up completely. That Blade Mail ensuring that he survived that engagement. I think Baby Knight's just farming. He's going for BKB next. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Curry, the attempt, they don't catch him. Pipe almost complete on Hesta. This is important because with this, they're going to be able to mitigate a lot of the damage from the Gyrocopter and the Sanking, as I mentioned earlier. Gyro's going for a... I mean, the build you have to go for BKB because BKB represents a point of inflection. Super, super powerful. So, of course, you go for BKB. You need to, really. But at the same time, you lack the damage now. No physical damage, and boom! Oh no, you are alone! What does your name say? It goes boom! There we go. Zasco take down the Gyrocopter in the bottom lane, farming alone. Perhaps a bit too hasty of a play by Boom there. Now they can rotate further. Are we seeing another Hood of Defiance? Interesting. I think Asco has acknowledged that this is a game where magic damage is king for Hippomaniacs. And really the few amount of physical damage they have is only on a Gyrocopter late. And Ember Spirit once he gets a couple more items as well. So Hoods are pretty useful. They're really just playing this to win the mid game. Few teams have the confidence to do this and actually successfully do it. Because you need a lot of coordination as a team. It's a riskier strategy. Not so reliant, not so reliable as a strategy of just winning the mid game. Okay, I spoke too soon. Never mind, I take me back. Diffusal Blade on Ace. I like this build up. I think now with the change to Thirst, any... we'll call them Orb Effects, attack modifiers. Yeah, Orb Effects, people understand that. Even if not Dota 1 people. That's not the real Ember buddy. There's a reason why he's not Sleight of Fisting. Oh, they're going for him. I think they realized. Also, you missed a Stroke of Fate there. No, yeah. I saw that! I'm not gonna let you forget it. No, they just dispelled the Flame Guard though. That Demonic Purge is great against the Ember. But yes, any Orb Effects is fantastic on a Bloodseeker now. The attack speed just makes it naturally great. Usually I like the Maelstrom a bit more, because it allows you to farm as well. But the Diffusal Blade's not bad either. Gives you a bit more catch as well. Okay, double Ghost, this is good for HM. Can they get double Firebots as well? Yes, they do. But they forced out the OD to safety for now. Senni starts to go for the kill. Heads to Joy. Fighting against him. We're going to bring him back to the Blood, right? At least get a kill onto this Ogre Magi. There's no Torrent actually coming in. And Episode being charged. Wagging his tail. Curry needs the Burrow Strike. He can't get it in time. Episode just been wasted. This is the opportunity we're looking for. Asco, go on forward. Nothing is stopping you now. Ace literally just walks into him and he kills himself with a Blade Mail. Ace was taunting that. Much like the Durian, he might be a juicy fruit inside. But in the outside, there's spikes, pain, and suffering. Ace, it's time to take this tower. I love how he paid out the Burrow Strike. There was no other chance there. Master Risk a bit too forward. They're going to at least guarantee this kill. But in exchange for a tower, this must have been good for Asco. However, Hippomaniacs, they're holding their ground, and they might even be able to get counter kills. Nice double searing chains. Can they kill the Ember in time, though? Supreme destroyed by the top of the hammer. Baby Knight taking him down with Sang's Eclipse. But in exchange for his own offlaner and support in the process, that was still a fantastic searing chains by the Ember. Committing an ultimate just for that. Ace needs a bit more damage. Diffusal Blade for Ace is really the turning point. He finally got it. That Diffusal Blade's important. Let's see how this turns out. Muff dying, I don't care. It's just a support here. However, the counter kill they can get, Baby Knight, BKB just to save himself from the Burrow Strike. And they tip him. It's like, there we go. You know, when you see teams tipping the enemy, it's like they know, right? That's what Dota people do. When you see tipping your teammates, though, that's this wholesome team that I've been describing to you guys the whole time. That is Asco. Guys that have played together for longer than I can remember. God, I am fanboying really hard. I'm sorry. I'm very happy to see Hippomaniacs. Literally, these guys also came back as to actually the counterpoint here. These guys came from what was tier 3, joined the league, to literally playing in the qualifiers as an invitee. And doing really well. They took a game off Liquid. These guys, there's definitely no question as to their level. And we can get a really wholesome match of two teams that have stayed together, two nationalities duking it out in pure wholesomeness, which is rare to see in Dota because we are a toxic bunch, guys. Sanjin Yasha's next item for Ace, so still a very mid-game oriented build on the Bloodseeker. I don't know if Radiance on Bloodseeker, I still think it's pretty good actually, Radiance on Bloodseeker. But it's more for a late game idea. I can hear a Sand King wagging his tail. I don't think this OD can make it out alive this time, but they are trying to double back here. Or try to do the wraparound. They catch the Ember. He's been rooted. They hit him with a ghost ship. Too much magic damage. Mid laner from mid laner as the double burster comes out with a fire blast as well. Ace going further. The go is Curry. And Curry has been stopped. He's been stunned. He's almost out of mana. He has nothing to do but just die. Curry. As Ace wants to go further. He has another purge the Fusel Blade, but he can still catch the Ogre. The Torrent just barely nicks him. Heston guaranteeing this kill. As they also get a tower in the process. Like I said, the turning point is this Diffusal Blade. Bottom lane, boom. You are being harassed. Ace sees an opportunity. They will set up for this. X marks the spot, won't hit. They need a bit more. They've only forced out the BKB. It is a 10-second BKB though. And Noya alone. The Valor's Viking. He takes down the tower. Valiant Viking. Better. Noya with a Yules on him. Or that's his next item, sorry. That's Burst, by the way. It is a fantastic spell to steal. What do you want then, Rubik? Mobility? Okay, yep, got it. Stuns? Oh, got it. Damage? Also got it. Perfect. Also, Aghanim's upgradable. Doesn't actually give me how long. T-Bill amplification, 28%, so that's like what? 1/5 more? So 2.6 second stun on Burst Strike, more or less. They now have the mid tower by Ace. Here's the next item for Heste. Oh, interesting. So, Blade Mill often in competitive gets overlooked because, as most people know, you go, well, just don't attack the guy with spikes. It's easy to counter. But it's not always easy to counter. When is it not easy to counter? When you have area damage that you cannot control. Examples of this, Flak Hand on Gyrocopter, call down as well. The Burst Strike or the Sandstorm or the Sand King. These are all great examples of abilities that can counter by Blade Mail. So going for multiple Blade Mails here, not crazy. You have two pretty good users in general. The OD obviously not, but the Bloodseeker, yeah. And so is the Kunkka. That's a great Burst Strike on the 2. Oh, this supports. You're as good as dead. Noya, just give up, buddy. This is your life. Can you get a counter kill for this, though? Ace is certainly trying. They're going to go for the Sand King now. He's been silenced. He can't get away, but they have no sentries because they just killed the supports. Master plan. Kill the sentries carriers. You're now invulnerable. Epicenter's being charged. Is a Blink Dagger. Can he guess? He doesn't quite guess. He does get him with a Burst Strike, though, in the end. Now the Blade Mail on Heste Joy. They have to save him. Unfortunately, Blade Mail plus Astral Imprisonment not the best combo. Heste has to give up his life to save Fabi Knight, and he does. Heste the Martyr. But now the Blade Mail onto the Bloodseeker. He's still going to go down. They're sacrificing themselves for him. And it's going to be worth it. Hippomaniacs running them down. And the last skill here will be Baby Knight. Has Hippo barely with a sliver of health surviving. They take down the 2 supports first, and they turn this around into a 5-man wipe. I told you guys, a Hippo, man, they kill so many people per year. It's not a joke. Seriously, if you ever go on a safari, do not get close to the hippos. They're more dangerous than crocodiles. They're more dangerous than lions. They can break through your bones with their teeth. And they're not even killing you for food like other animals. They just don't like you. That's what hippos do, man. And these guys are maniacs. So like hippos and insane hippos together. These guys will bide their time and they will tear your arm off. Like what just happened here. I mean, honestly though, in a fight between a hippo and a Viking, that's actually a really cool fight. I want to see that, like, being made into a movie. Like one of those B-list movies, you know, like big crocodile versus anaconda. Hippos versus Vikings. My god. BKB now. As the next time on Ace, that's gonna give him... He does have the Sanji though, right? Yeah. Oh, no, interesting. Foregoing the Sanji for a BKB instead. Okay. BKB is a bit more expensive, where Sanji and Yacha gives you immediate resistance, but I think the magic damage is too much. And BKB is not just for the stuns in this game, but rather for the damage itself. So being able to just run through. Gyrocopter Axe finally built up. There's a nice point of inflection for Boom. Because with the Gyrocopter Axe, you now have their first damage item, really. Also really good against stuns. Alright, from the high gun, another beautiful double power strike. That's it. Again, the same thing. The two supports are gone, and they actually leashed the OD by accident. That's not what they were looking for. Noya's dead. They do get the ghost ship, though, to stop Curry. Can they turn the spicy Curry into a dead Curry? Yes, they can. Ace, actually. No, it's Hesse Joy who gets the kill. As Ace in the bottom lane. He's just being destroyed. He didn't have the high ground advantage. He's easy kill. It seems like a complete domination yet again. Hippomaniacs are ready to get yet another team wipe. Supreme brings down the Kunkka. The OD died because he got leashed there so early. Now what he was looking for completely stopped. And Ace, he divided the team fight. It was a good idea. Unfortunately, Hippomaniacs just have a better, more mobile lineup. You're up against a Sanking. You're up against an Ember. They have the ability to just break down the team fight. And be at two places at once, quite literally, with the Ember. Even the Gyrocopter, he has the movement speed talent. He has a really good mobility. Keep the conspiracy theories going, guys. I want to hear more. But the ones you're giving me, it's very simple. I want more convoluted ones, guys. Much more convoluted ones about Danish Bear story. Like, what if Danish bears were real bears? And the secret got discovered by Puppy, because Puppy's a bear fighter, right? Because that's what he does to train for the games, right? And now that their secret get away, because obviously bears can't play Dota, then they had to give him Ace as a player. And Ace, the guy that's playing for Ace is just a human, like, counterpart, substitute. Oh, that's a beautiful double burst strike together with a Fire Blast. They're going to bring down Master Race first. Again, the two supports are gone, but this time with two cores together. This combination yet again beautiful with a Soulbind, Fire Blast, Burst Strike. You cannot stop that, and these are consistent stuns. Soulbind, relatively low cooldown. Fire Blast and Burst Strike, almost none. It's easy to commit to these. This is why it's better to combine this Grimstroke with these kind of stuns. Kunkka buys back into the game. He's ready. He needs to defend this. Ace might need to do the same. I don't know. If you let one lane of frags go, this might be a game for you because you're not a team that can play from behind, at least not from your draft. Who continues to... Okay, that attempt by Curry. Can you punish it at least with a ghost ship? Oh no! No, yeah, they telekinesis him back. Which means the ghost ship can't hit. Still want to go against him. They're going to bring him back. Curry. Ah, they're missing a lot of spells here. The combination's not coming out ideally. Take a deep breath, Asco. You might be Vikings, you want to roar, but you also need to play with a cold, calculating mind. You guys can do this. But you can't make these kind of mistakes. A couple misplays, it's fine, it's okay. Hippomaniacs, they are leading now, and it's getting to the late game. They have the domination. They're very happy how this game is going. But you guys are not going down with a fight, are you, Asco? Show us the Dota you are known for. Okay, Noya. Solo killing. Is this gonna actually happen? Supreme? No, he had a remnant. Just in case. Yeah, it's close though. With a purge as well? Yeah. A 500 gold or health away. Just a Rubik alone. If he had another stun, if he could just steal like Searing Chains or something, that's what he was trying to steal, by the way, not Sleight of Fist. Steal a Searing Chains to get him the root up and just kill him. Alright. Here we go. Let's see, Hippomaniacs. We hear the base of death. Oh, silence him up. The Yule Scepter him. Where's your X now? Where's your X now? Go back to base. Boom does not care about your Blade Mail. He will tank all the damage that needs to be tanked just to kill you, Heste. These techniques, they do not work on Hippomaniacs. They know how to counter you. They have prepared that Yule Scepter just to stop this from happening. Like, honestly, they silenced him first to make sure he couldn't X himself back, and then they Yule Scepter him, so X wouldn't work. What a play. They take down a Shrine. They got Lotus Orb, interestingly enough, on a Grimstroke. So I do wonder if you Lotus someone, like, say the OD is Soulbinded, and a spell gets reflected by the Lotus, does that Soulbind... Sorry. Say the OD is Soulbinded to whomever else, doesn't really matter. And he tries to get an Astral Imprisonment off on the enemy, who is Lotus Orbed. And that Astral Imprisonment is reflected. Does that hit? Or does that target him and the Soulbinded hero? I'm actually not sure. Because that would be real pog. I've learned that word today. That would be fantastic. I mean, the OD Astral Imprisons himself, and that sets up for a fantastic initiation by Sanking. Man, that would be some next level plays. And like himself and another, you know, core. There's this TP. They have to... They're trying to defend this tier 1, but it's not the best place to fight. They do have a ward here, though, to give him vision. Ogre Magi, he's going on a dewarding mission. He gets it. This is super important. Once the D-ward is gone, now they have vision of this. They have superiority. You really don't want to fight this. BKB's activated on Baby Knight. Can he survive this for now? The physical damage is not good enough. The BKB's still good. He kills off Curry. They're going for Baby. Baby for now surviving. They're going to settle for the Kunkka instead. Offlaner for offlaner seems to be the trade. Instead, Baby Knight goes down. Ace finally joins the fray. But look at this. Ace just cannot withstand this Gyrocopter's punishment. Ace just wants to kill whatever he sees, but he's been Syrian chained up. There's too many stuns. He's gone. And Shadow Demon will join him in the graveyard. That's another team wipe. Another team wipe by Hippomaniacs. When these guys were little, their mother never taught them to count the 1, 2, 3, one of those numbers. Their mother taught them to count 5 by 5, because that's the only kills they can get. Team wipe after team wipe. Hippomaniacs do not know the meaning of a single kill. Now they're gonna go for the melee racks down bottom, and these guys, the Czech team, they're ready to unhinge their jaws and destroy, swallow up the Vikings as a whole. And then go for some beers to celebrate, because obviously these are Czech hippos, right? So it has to have beer. What a beer, though, they served there, by the way. Best beer in Europe. Top 3 for sure. Go for Roshan. Safer objective. This seems to be the goal for Hippomaniacs. It's definitely the right way to go. Kunkka pauses. Okay, who just unpaused? Oh, himself. Ew. Whoops. When you misclick the pause button. And now the Roshan falls. Hippo hype is here. Aegis of the Immortal on Boom. Good luck taking this guy down. He will literally, and we've seen this, Boom plays a kamikaze gyrocopter. He will commit suicide just to kill Ace, and this time he has a second life. Also satanic. So good luck, Ace. That blade mail of yours, yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing to Boom. This man is not afraid to die, and he has shown that every single team fight. He will just go straight for the Bloodseeker, not falter, not question if I should be attacking this guy with spikes on his face. Nope. Boom is the kind of player that eats pufferfish raw. Oh, you have to cook it? He doesn't care. This man is not afraid of death. He embraces it. He's a real assassin. Take down the tower. Top lane, that's your... No, that's not your last outer tower. I spoke too soon. That's another outer tower. And a potential high ground kill. Let's see. Supreme. Okay, he might just die here, actually. They completely cancel him. This is the initiation that these guys were looking for. As Boom is the next target. Another fantastic burst strike, though, with the epicenter. Boom, fighting in the middle of this. Actually, it's a satanic. He's not healing enough, though. Boom, they can still kill him. He's going to lose his Aegis here. He's out of mana. They're going to cancel him out. Torrent to hit him. There we go. Boom is gone. But... oh, this Sand King knows no fear either. As he finished off Heste, however, he's going to pay for his sins. Curry going to go down to the Shadow Demon. They go for more. Gyrocopter to the target. They're starting to hit him pretty hard. Boom. They can't keep him controlled. Has Supreme bought back for this? If they could just do the same thing they just did before. Another great burst like this time it's by Noya though. And with the Say's Eclipse plus the Blood Right, it seems like Osco's back in this game. Mofanex to die, and they just need one more. Did I hear Team White? This time is on the Viking side. These guys are tired of being wiped off the face of the earth. They're ready to let Hippomaniacs taste their own medicine. They defend the racks. They do lose the tier 3, but they defend the racks. And they get a team wipe in the process. It's time for them to push as well. These guys, they still have a fighting chance. The last thing you lose is hope, guys. BKB is ready on ace. This is a massive point of inflection for Asco. They're close to those level 25s. Minus 6-second Blood Right cooldown is kind of ridiculous. Now, time to go for a tier 2. Simple, right? Go for objectives. Try to see if you can force a buyback here. Ember's not back for 60 seconds, and you know this. They need the Kunkka, though. They can't fight alone here. And we've seen how strong Curry's initiations can be with the double burst strike is brutal. They have a soulbind ready as well. Whereas Baby Knight, no sanities. He does have a Scythe of Ice, though. They just want to take a tier 3 so they can at least guarantee shrines. Look at Curry, wagging his tail. The double burst strike. No. This time, though, it's just the OD. As in comes the counter burst strike by Noya. And this time Lodosaur plays against his favor as Curry sent back. Senny could be the target, but they're controlling Baby Knight. Baby Knight is gone. A bit too far in. Master Risk. He might also go down here. Ace though, wanted to defend his teammates. He activated BKB. He's man fighting Curry to the death. But he now might be so good as Boom manages to kill him off in the backlines. He TP'd to the shrine. And that is why he wanted the tier 3s to take down the shrines in time. But instead, the shrine's still alive. Instead, Hippomaniacs gets the kill of the century against Baby Knight. And even murdering Ace in the process. Hippomaniacs, they're taking the last outer tower. This time, I'm not wrong. The last tier 2 is this mid-tier tower. And after this tower falls, it's easy for them to go for the tier 3s. Start to siege that high ground. Supreme goes further. There we go. Searing chance on the Kunkka. Noya in trouble. Okay, Lodosaur again playing in his favor. But this time, I think the Rubik is not going to get out of this. Unfortunately, he's brought down. Supreme gets away from the Ghost Ship initiation, and boom, there's one thing, and it's these racks. And go for both. He decided to do so. Are they going to go for the mid-tier 3 as well? I don't know. How confident are Hippos? Very confident, right? These are Beasts of Destruction. There we go. The Hippos go further. Kunkka. X marks the spot. He's going to be sent back here. But Curry stuns the Epi. Doesn't want to die here. Unfortunately, he might, though. Yul Scepter's ready. He just needs to get away. Yul's to cancel the X, but Noya's here. Noya wants to send him back. They steal the burst strike. Can he get him? Just barely. Nicks him. And with that, they can at least get a counter kill onto Curry. It's a start. Yeah, Curry gets killed off there. It's a start. You did lose your racks, but you defend your mid-tier 3, I guess. Like I said, the last thing you lose is hope, Asco. If the Vikings could raise Seville to the ground 7 times, they can definitely kill a bunch of Hippos, right? That's what they're thinking to themselves. Boom. Alright, that's a really good kill. That's fantastic. That's what you're looking for. Make Boom go boom. Best plan in history. Asco got it. And with this, without the gyrocopter, now you force the buyback. Now you actually might have a chance at a tier 3. You did lose Sandy's Eclipse though for that team fight, however. Take down the tower in the mid lane, tier 3 to fall. Let's see what the Sankin coming in. There's a torrent though. Curry. Isn't he brought back? Nope. He evades the silence with the Yule Scepter. Good, good, good. They took a tier 3. How much do you want to commit to this? You want to kill the gyro ideally. In this illusion, oh wow. They were still using the Soul Catcher illusion. He did go for the talent that gives you Soul Catcher illusion, which is interesting. Now at least you have shrines. Now this means you get your shrines as well. So they go for the, I would say the most important shrine here, which is the Roshan shrine. Right? This allows you to TP back, you know, buy back and go fight the Roshan again. It's very important. There's a reason why this Gyrocopter is saving for buyback. This buyback is not so relevant. The Ember's buyback is still relevant because you can just leave a remnant in there. But the Gyrocopter, no, not so relevant. If he dies here, you can't buy back in time and fight this Roshan. Similarly though, Asco is in the same position. So Inuyasha finally finished up on the Bloodseeker, but I think it's a bit too late for this to be impactful. You're relying on your OD to mean your main carry. At best, Bloodseeker's utility. You're starting to dominate the triangle. You want to make sure that this vision is in your favor. Man, this is the... I love Hippo. I love this ward, man. This been doing these wards constantly. And this ward, they either put it here or they put it here. I can't even draw on it. That's how secret the spot is. Obviously, everyone knows you can put a ward here. The thing is, most people don't want to put the ward here because they go, well, if we put it up top, we have better vision. And, like, the whole point of taking... Jesus Christ. The whole point of taking over the shrine is that you're going to take over this area in general. So why the point of this ward? It's actually really hard to de-ward. Because the sentry here doesn't see it, so you have to commit a sentry and a ward in this area. Otherwise, you don't get the vision of these two spots. It makes the team constantly guess. It's the first team I see that does this consistently. Hippos. Oh, yeah? Oh, they have a burst strike. Alright, hex him up. Do they have time to activate the BKB? They do. Boom. He wants to fight this. Epicenter used a bit too early. Curry. You know. But can they get a counter initiation still? Curry does the burst strike. There we go. Double burrow yet again. And they want to continue fighting this. However, Baby Knight is having none of this. Silence eclipse the camps. They have a beautiful burst of the Rubik. And Noya ensures the kill on Supreme. There's still a chance. Moves alone fighting against the world. But boom, is going to go down next. They even saved the OD here with a last second Astral Imprisonment. And that's OD. That's the Ember gone. That's the Senkin gone. And the Gyrocopter, he might have buyback, but he's the only one with it. It's him and the Grimstroke against the world. Noya, my god, have my children. What a burrow strike. Seriously. Your genes are something else, buddy. That burrow strike literally guaranteed the Ember kill. He went in with the remnant, but Noya was thinking ahead. He knew that he could stop the Ember in time. And he got him straight with a burrow strike. And now you have a chance to go for Roshan. Ember now has his buyback, but again, you're still missing the Sanking. This is your main source of initiation. And Asco knows there's no Sanking buyback. This is a good time to go for Roshan, right? For now, I'm assuming they're just shoving the lanes while the OD gets there. It's the most effective use of your time. And then you're going to probably try to take it. You just need to make something out of this engagement, right? Okay. Who's taking the Aegis? Who's taking the cheese? We need cheese on... Aegis on the Outworld, I would say, is too valuable not to give him Aegis. Well... I don't know, Aegis on Ace... Yeah. Aegis on Baby Knight. Yeah, and then the cheese on Ace. No, Heste takes it. Interesting. Actually, Heste is more of a carry than Ace at this point. Because he did go for Crystallis, so he's starting to go for the crit build. Been a while since I see this on Kunkka. Nowadays, Kunkka, so much Radiance, Spirit Vessel. Oh, and look, I'm utility. Nah, man. Raw damage is where it's at. You're Vikings, after all. There's nothing more Viking than one-shotting a bunch of heroes. Nullifier is next item on Ace. A very nice... One of the best heroes using Nullifier, I would say. Bloodseeker. Really, really good on this hero because it takes advantage of your attack speed very well. Up there with, like, Broodmother. To get the poor man's doom. Keep shoving these lanes out is all you can do as Asco. And then hope for a chance to fight. What Hippomaniacs will do is take advantage of their lane domination and hopefully not force any team fights early. Like, I know this looks like a smoke and... Well, I actually don't know. It looks too much like a smoke. But this ward, by the way... just right here, this might see the smoke, so it's not the safest place to smoke. If you're gonna smoke, you definitely need to put sentries all over. Heart of Tarrasque actually is the item for Bloodseeker. Okay. And he went for the max thirst movement speed. Interesting. So just a race car. Now the Abyssal Blade will start coming out of Boom. Typical luxury item on a gyrocopter just to take advantage of the Aghanim Scepter. The only range carry that will literally build the Abyssal. Where's the Ember going for Shivas? He actually went for an Octarine Core. I haven't seen this in a while. Much less of a damaging Ember, and much more of a try catch me Ember, right? No Ags either, which is interesting. Usually we see Ags so much sooner on an Ember. But instead, Octarine Core, going for Shivas first. Oh no, I'd kind of rather have the Ags, to be honest. Maybe you're thinking you can't really cut lanes against these guys because they have a lot of counter initiation and follow-up. And with Rubik, you have an almost instant stun. Senni is leading the charge with a smoke. This could be a really good smoke or a terrible smoke here. They're fighting against an Aegis. They're going to catch the OD first. That's the Aegis gone. Whoa, what is that multicast? Goodbye to the OD. As they now go for Noya, the next target, super important. They can just bring him down. He's been rooted, and they are just attacking him to death. That's Noya gone. Master is falling him to the grave, but Curry at least goes down. That's Tukage Supreme. Noya needs to buy back for this team fight. Ace, the BKB is unkillable. He's just chasing after Supreme, and he can't get the kill. Look at Ace! He's going around like a race car with a death wish. He does not care. He is the fastest man alive. Try catching this Usain Bolt with knives. For now, here's the blade mill. He ends up going down to Boom, but it's fine because Hest is still here. However, Boom, he is happy to fight Hested to the death. I told you guys, this guy is a kamikaze. He's not afraid of dying, and he does get the kill against Boom. Blade mill does nothing against him. Boom, super happy about this, but now he's up against the two supports. With Noya here, can you really fight? It's two supports versus a carry. Is this really gonna work out, Noya? Him alone, getting the kill, you'll sit to control, another Rocket Barrage, steal another stun, but Noya fighting to the death. He needs the skill so badly, but he just can't get it. Where's the damage from Master Ristic? Glimmer Cape Boom, and he's just barely gonna survive this. Thanks to the help of Muff. Another team fight, this time no team up for either team. I actually don't know who, fight recap, there we go. Okay, actually no, yes, team wipe for Hippomaniacs, sorry, because Boom didn't die there, but everyone in Asco died at least once. Jesus, this game. Some of these games, man, I don't even know. It's just fantastic. There's not even a lead for anyone. Asco has two lanes of racks down. Literally nothing. Like, this looks like my bank account right now. Nothing. Here we have like a little shrine, so their base is barren. But they still stand strong, and they're playing like they actually might have a chance, and they might just. Level 25 starting to come out. The extra Arcane Orb Steel, super powerful. With Kunkka, the Ghost Ship Fleet, that's a lot more initiation. Noya went for Telekinesis cooldown, interestingly enough. He knows he doesn't lack the damage, but he definitely lacks the stuns, and Telekinesis cooldown will help. Did he go for the extra? No. Just all the cooldown reduction talents. Heaven's Halberd finally completed on the Kunkka after the Daedalus. No, Noya is not in SCA anymore. He moved back to Denmark, which is why he's playing in Asco. Or so he said a while ago, that he was just making the move and seeing what would happen. I know the guy missed Denmark, which makes a lot of sense. You're out of your home country for a while. As someone who lived out of his home country now for 5 years, it's tough. Not because other countries aren't great. It's great to visit the world and stuff, but you go, wow. Like, you just really miss the small things, like certain foods or the way people would look at you in certain ways. It's stupid, but you start noticing facial expression differences and stuff. You miss speaking your mother tongue as well, like on the streets. Or father tongue, you know, no discrimination, whatever it is. Ember Spirit, he gets the Axe finally. I'm glad he didn't go for the Shivas. This is much better for Supreme, thank you. This is the better item, I totally agree. Now you have split pushing potential. This Axe opens up a bit the strategy booklet, I guess, for Hippomaniacs. They can now go for much more of a split pushing, evading fight strategy and only take the fights that's more convenient for them. Alright, we got all the level 25s now. Sandstorm Blind, the Fire Blast damage, no surprise there. Grimstroke's the only one that's missing. Perhaps Inkswell? Radius? I think that's pretty good. Oh no, this is Ace. Ace actually hits his BKB. And from behind, the rest of his team will come in. He's TPing out with a BKB. He knows he can't continue to fight this. No, the Basher gets him! The Basher! 10% chance is good enough. They have to save the OD. This is a really bad initiation though for Asco, and a perfect one for Hippomaniacs. They're jumping down at Asco, but they do get the kill on Curry for now. As the OD falls, he's immediately bites back. It's the Joy fighting to the death. It does seem like Boom's his target. Boom's the Heaven's Hammer, can't fight any longer. He can't heal back up. He has Satanic, but it's not going to heal him in time. It's going to be Boom dying and immediately buying back. And there's buyback on everyone here. Hex up on Heste, force the last buyback, bring down the enemy offlaner. And Heste will die here. 2 minutes without him. This is major. This is your main source of initiation. However, the Hex on Supreme. Can they kill him in time? They just might have the damage. They need one last hit. They don't have it because the Heaven's Halberd. That Heaven's Halberd, who just used it? It was the Sanking. Saving the life of Supreme. And ensuring this last laner Rax will fall. This is most likely Mega Creeps for Hippomaniacs. Take down the tier 3 first. Go for the melee Rax second. Ace can defend as best he can, but his Blood Rise still has a long cooldown. BKB used. The Epicenter still hasn't been committed here. They want to collect the Sanking's hand, but instead they're going for a most vital target. They're going to go for Baby Knight, and Baby Knight's gone. This seems like the beginning to the end. Asco, they have no more people. You have no one to defend this. It's Ace against the world. I'm sorry, Ace, but even you alone cannot do this. It's the GG. Hippomaniacs finally close this game. 53 minutes in. A well-deserved victory for the Czech Republic, for the Czech Dota team, but not before mentioning the amazing stand that Ascomanni took. These Vikings, they showed that they were a team that were forcefully reckoned with, and that it's not so easy to bring them down. This game 1 goes the way of Hippomaniacs, but game number 2, it's up in the air, guys. It could really be anyone's game. These two squads are so matched, and they're playing a really quality Dota. Let's see what happens in this game number 2 between Hippomaniacs and Ascomanni. My name is D Swordfish. It's been a pleasure casting these guys, honestly. I love these matchups because they're so wholesome. Two teams that played together for a long time. A lot of fans of the teams themselves. They're bringing new Dota to regions that are usually underrepresented. Czech Republic and Danish Bears. Denmark. It's just fantastic. Thank you guys for watching this, because it's just wonderful to share this experience with so many viewers. It's a pleasure to watch this tier 2 Dota with you guys, because these matches are fantastic. And with that said, guys, I'll be joining you guys very shortly with game number 2 between Hippomaniacs and Ascomanni. It's been a pleasure. Mine has been D Swordfish, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Until then.